So with the government's announcement of the new JobKeeper payment, we'll take a look at how that will work in Xero when you're going to pay your staff. First thing you want to do is set up a new pay item. So we'll go into the settings and then payroll settings and create a new overtime earnings, because the government has said that the JobKeeper payments are not subject to SGC. We can use a fixed amount because that will make it easier when processing the pay runs to put in either the 1,500 amount or the top up amount. Now, the second thing we need to do is go into the payroll template for the employees. So the first example we're going to show you is if an employee has been stood down and they're on $0 income, with the new JobKeeper payment, they'll now be on a $1,500 a fortnight. So if we go into their pay template, and they're normally on 38 hours a week at $40,000 a year. So we'll change the hours to 0 and we'll add the new JobKeeper payment. We'll have a fixed amount of $1,500 and we'll save. The second thing you want to look at in the employee section is their leave. Now, everyone is still entitled to their full leave entitlements. So this person was on 38 hours a week, so they're still entitled to to the accrual on 38 hours. Currently, they've already got it here as fixed amount per period, but you may have it as based on ordinary earnings. If it was based on ordinary earnings, it will be much quicker going forward if you keep it as fixed amount per period, and then you can see the amount of hours that it's accruing each pay period. So we'll save that. And the same should exist for the personal carers leave, that it also will be on fixed amount per period. Now, once that's set up, we'll go in and look at how you actually do that with the pay run. So we'll add a new pay run, and the pay period is this fortnight. And then that's showing up as being $1,500 with the PAYG taken out and no super paid, because there is no obligation to pay the super on the JobKeeper payment. You can also see that the leave entitlement is the full leave entitlement as it was before. So the second scenario is if someone has been paid less than the $1,500, let's say $1,000 a fortnight. So the other employee here is Oliver Gray, and he was currently on $1,000 a fortnight. Now we'll need to top up his payment to $1,500 a fortnight. So again, we'll use the JobKeeper payments, add $500, and then save. This person will also need to have their leave looked at and changed to the fixed amount per period if it isn't already that. So this one is fixed amount per period as well. So we can leave it as that. Again, for the sick leave, fixed amount per period, we can leave it as that. So then when we go into the pay run, originally the employee was on $1,000 a fortnight, but once we reset the pay run, as you can see, they're now on $1,500 a fortnight. 500 of which is the JobKeeper payment, and 1,000 is their regular ordinary hours. They do have $95 of super, which relates to the $1,000 of ordinary hours, and their leave entitlements remain the same. The third scenario is if an employee is being paid over $1,500, such as Sally. In this case, you don't actually have to change anything. It will remain the same. You can continue to pay the full amount of the wage and their full super, but you will still receive the $1,500 for that employee from the government. The last thing that you need to do is add a new chart of account code, and you will need to add a new other income. We'll call it JobKeeper Payment non-accessible. Should be BAS excluded, and we'll save. So then any payments received from the government can go to that account. If you have any questions about this, make sure to let us know, and thank you for listening.